Hi friends, what we're going to do today is we're going to work through some story problems that take 2 steps or more to figure out using the strategies that we've been practicing so far with the area model or partial product. And if you want, you can turn to page 115 in your math book. If not, you can just watch me on here because we're going to do our work on our paper, but I just want to look at the problem together. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to read it. The seats in sections A and B of the stadium are all taken for the last show. Section A has 8 rows of 14 seats each. Section B has 6 rows of 16 sets each. How many people are seated in sections A and B for the last show? Well, that's a lot of information, so let's go ahead and do what we know how to do. Let me get my highlighter. Okay. So we need to know how many people are seated in A and B for the last show. So we want A and B for the last show. Okay, so what we know is it says the seats in section A and B of the stadium are all taken. So that means they're all taken. There's no blank spots. We don't have to worry about that. Section A has 8 rows of 14. And section B has 6 rows of 16 seats, so 14 seats. So let's just take that right there. So I'm going to come to my paper, and right now, A has 8 rows of 14 seats. And then I'm going to skip some lines so I can show my work there. And then B has 16 rows of 16 seats. So before I can find out what A and B are together, I have to find out what they are separately. So B has 6 rows of, let me make sure I make 6 rows of 16 seats. All right, so your math book has some graph paper that you can color it in and draw it, but right now what I want us to use is our area model. So use what we know. And for this, rows of is multiplication. It's just like groups of. So if I was doing my picture for here, I would be doing 8 rows. So I'd do 8 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And each of these lines are 14. 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. So that's 8 rows of 14. B has 6 rows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's 16 seats in each of those rows. So it'd be 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16. All right, so we know we could do the repeated addition, but what I want to do is I want to do our area model that we've been working on. So 8 times 14, and this one is 6 times 16. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I know how to do, is I'm going to go ahead and expand my top number. I've got 10 plus 4, and it's 8 times. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw my box. All right, so then inside my box, I have distributing my 8 times 10 and my 8 times 4. 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 4 is 32. I like to write it up and down. We can do our partial product right over here. So this would be 14 times 8. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. So section A has 112 seats. Okay, does that answer our question of how many people are seated in section A and B for the last show? Nope. So that means we only know what's in section A. So now we gotta figure out what's in section B. All right, we know how to do this. First step, we're gonna expand our numbers. We've got 10 plus 6. We can't expand 6 anymore because it's already ones. So we put that just one row here, times. Let's draw our box. All right, 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 6 is 36, and if we bring it over here, that's our partial products, 60 and 36, and we would just write our 16 times 6 right over here. So whichever way you want to use your area model or your partial product. And let's add them together. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. So section B is 96. Now, if we added all our 14s together, it would be 112, and if we added all our 16s together, it would be 96. This way is just faster. Now, my question was, how many people were seated in section A and B for the last show? Okay, so if we want A and B, that means we're going to have to add them. So then we just take our section A, we're going to add it with our section B, and 6 plus 2 is 8, 9 plus 1 is 10, I have 0 ones, I carry my 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so there were 208 people on at the last show. So we had quite a few steps in this one. We had our first one, we had our second part, and then the very last part is our third part. So it wasn't just one thing we had to find out. We had to find out multiple things to find that answer. And as we are in 4th grade, we are going to have quite a few problems that are like this. So during class today, we are going to work breaking down problems and deciding what we need to figure out before we can find the final answer.